I think it's a very interesting question because to my mind there is no real city that can claim to be the place for literature. It has to be anywhere you can get an exciting interaction between writers, between their audiences. I think Jaipur is doing a great job. It is one of the places where you do find a very different kind of flavor. I've been to Hay, I've been to many other festivals all over the world, in fact. But I think I always find when I come here, there is a certain rootedness, a certain very free give and take, which I don't find. There is a certain formality that exists in other festivals, which does not exist here. And I think for an exchange of ideas, you need that. You need to be informal. You need to be in an area where you're immensely comfortable with who you are, with who your readers are. And I think there is that, perhaps something in the dust. I can't say heat because it's not hot these days, but something in the dust of Jaipur, in the way the whole area has been arranged now, that makes us come together and discuss exciting ideas, exciting books, and possibly things about what the cultural legacy for this country has been and what it will be, not only for this country but for the world in the future as well. I think if I'm really very honest, I don't think I would ever write about my own life because I wouldn't be able to be honest about it. So I think possibly that is a subject which I could never ever touch, because I think I would bring up too many difficult issues about myself, not about other people, but probably about myself, these are areas I can't get into. I think literature plays an extremely important part in our lives, and it does impact us in who we are, because I think some of the biggest ideas we get is from literature. And if you want to be open about who you are, then you probably will have to go back and look at the kind of books that you have read and the kind of literature that you have enjoyed in the past, because there is no way, or no, I would not even say just literature, anything you read. It could be sort of even newspapers, and that information could come to you in many ways, but I certainly think the written word is still extremely important. My writing process is quite strange because I am not a very disciplined person. I write because I enjoy writing, but it's like a very intense bursts, like I would just sit down and decide I have to finish this book and I have to finish writing this book. So I usually take a month or two, over my novels, but that means that I do not get up till I've finished them. I take short breaks in between and, to eat or drink or sleep or whatever. But during those couple of months, I do nothing else. I just write and write and write. So it's like a frenzy. Yes, I start with a very strong first line. I know exactly what the first line is going to be. I know exactly what the end is going to be, but everything else is just like a process of discovery. I sort of have some plot lines which sometimes shift, but it's a very exciting voyage sometimes, because it's very interesting, you start with something and you end up with something sometimes quite different to what you had thought the book would be. So and some of the things that you had put into the plot early on very magically connect at the end. I don't know how quite that happens, but somewhere in your subconscious you're thinking about it. So yes, I have a very quirky style of writing. I think just the excitement of having written a book. It is unlike any other. I've had a lot of different careers. I've been a journalist, I've been a television anchor, I've been a television producer, I used to run a television channel, I've been an editor, I've done all sorts of things in my life. But I think this is the most exciting career I've had so far, because this really engages me totally. When I'm writing, I'm reading around it, I'm talking about it, I'm thinking about it. My whole life begins to revolve around that particular project, that particular book. And it's very exciting at the end when I get to and so I think I write to finish the book. I mean, I can't put it in any other words than that it's very exciting to be on something which comes out as a complete product at the end of it.